I sing about you.
So a couple months ago, my girls were in their dance recital. They had worked for a few weeks on a lyrical dance for me to that song. It surprised me.
I believe that you are God.
And all of a sudden I look up and I see my girls and they're dancing on the stage.
Sometimes I still try to take control.
I can't explain the words, it took me to my knees. Any day I have a bad day, I'll watch it.
Your parting waters, making a way for me. You're moving mountains that I don't even see. You answered my prayer before I even speak. All you need for me to be is still.
I want to share my love for God. Because without Him, I still would be sitting here today. I wouldn't. He has got me this far, especially this past year. So I have to own it, and I want to be real and share with everybody my love for Him and what He's doing for me. He wants me to shine with my testimony, and He's going to shine with me.
The true definition of faith was Stephanie Bush Welch. Passion. Tracy and Stephanie's home growing up was my home all afternoon every Sunday. Our granny lived there close, and almost the entire Bush clan would meet there. I can remember my mom walking into my room early on Sunday mornings and saying, "Get up for Sunday school," and I would fight and argue, claim that I was too tired, and she would say, "If you don't get up and go to Sunday school, you aren't going to Tracy and Stephanie's today." And I would get up every Sunday. Stephanie 43, I'm 44, Tracy 45. And I always even thought back then, early teenage years, that their relationship was unique because because most arguments took place between Stephanie and me rather than Stephanie and Tracy. Looking back, I fought along with my sisters, and of course I won all those arguments. But I don't remember thinking that when Steph and I had an argument walking away that I won. And Jason, I'd say you can relate. And it's one of those amazing attributes that Stephanie had, and it was passion. Steph was one of the most passionate people that I've ever known. But not only was she passionate about so many amazing things, she had to fight for those passions. Passionate about her family, she fought for them. Passionate about what she learned through the guidance growing up from within her home, she'd fight for it. Passionate about her friendships, passionate about her faith, and I promise you one thing, you weren't taking her faith away from her. You see, Jesus showed up and he walked this earth, he ministered, and he had characteristics so that we have something to attempt to mirror in our lives also. To be just like him. Now, it's not possible, but it's a goal. One way he accomplished this was by teaching in parables. Or in other words, I call them analogies. Parables were used because people couldn't comprehend what he was saying. I call them Barrett terms. Why? Because even a dummy can understand it. But I'm going to challenge everyone here with two Barrett terms this afternoon. And I hope that we can all relate. A lot of us inside this sanctuary this afternoon, right now, have either went through or will go through their children having some form of tryout for a team. Basketball tryouts, cheerleader tryouts, academic team tryouts, whatever. Those for the kids and the parents can be very nerve-wracking. We take our child to school at 6 o'clock. Coach says tryouts are over at 8. Depending on how they perform for those 2 hours is going to determine if they make the team or not. Making the team is equal to our salvation. God, who has the final say on who makes the team, he's the coach. The 2-hour tryout, that represents our life. How well do you perform in tryouts? How well do you live your life? You see, Jesus, he's like the coach's son. He's automatically on the team. That's a given. But based on Stephanie's tryout, she not only made the team, but she's playing right beside her Savior, Jesus Christ. How would you like to be Jesus' backcourt teammate? I want to be on Jesus and Stephanie's team, and you should too. Or how about retirement? Most of us, once we enter into a career, we want to find out rather quickly when do we get to retire. We work so that we can eat, shelter, have a family, do things that we enjoy. Then when we get to a point where we work so that we can retire, we start thinking about retirement. That life we live is our career. Our retirement is when the Lord decides it's our time. Did we do our job and plan well enough to retire comfortably? Or did we waste and not care about our retirement? One thing I can tell you for sure is Stephanie is retired to the sunny beaches, umbrella in her glass, listening to Jimmy Buffett, cheesecake by her side. Stephanie planned very well for her retirement. You know, any amount of pain that we feel today is really because we're selfish. But it's a good selfish. It's a selfishness because we don't want to think about our lives without her. But think about how unselfish Stephanie was. All of her decisions, all of her thoughts were based on the betterment of her loved ones. Everyone else was first. Her fight, it was for others. Her passion for others. Her faith, though, was for her. Her faith was for her personal relationship with her Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Finally, her family. Jane, she didn't get all her wonderful attributes on her own. You molded her from birth into what she became. Look at the number of people who are here today, as well as many from Grayson that just couldn't make it. A lot of times, family doesn't have a choice, but friends do. The friendships that she formed that are here are because of the way that you raised this amazing young lady. I know what she meant to her friends. She formed some very powerful friendships. No one wants to be a friend with a conceited jerk. The enormous amount of people that she positively impacted throughout her life. Your guidance with her politeness, generosity, humor, affection, love, and so many more characteristics. Lars, I know what a father's love for their child is. I know how much I love my boys. But a mother's love is uncomparable, Jane. I honestly can't comprehend. Jason, 16 years of being your soulmate, I can't imagine. Tracy, oh, how she loved her brother. But girls, her fight was for you. You talking about a motherly love, she had it. Her passion was her girls. Her faith so that her girls too would follow suit. She has taught both of you so much directly and indirectly. Once diagnosed, she knew what she had to accomplish and the fight she would have to endure. But I want you to understand that wasn't a choice. That was the love for you girls. No such thing as an option with Stephanie. Family, so many days are going to be tougher than others. Celebrations, birthdays, holidays. You've got to lean on each other. You have to be a tighter support group than you ever imagined. Stephanie had so many friends, and you are going to have to be a huge part of that support. And girls, you need to know she's left you a goal. To grow, to be just like your mother. And you're well on your way. And who knows, either one of you or both of you may end up being the mayor of Georgetown. Don't just celebrate her life today. Celebrate Stephanie's legacy every day. What a luxury it is to have had Stephanie and the relationship with Stephanie in your life.